If your website is consistently pouring time and effort into creating great content and optimizing all of the in-page factors to make sure that content is being ranked, and then you're still not seeing results, your off-page SEO could be the culprit. So your off-page or off-site SEO is all of those factors that lie outside of your website. Google and other search engines use these factors to determine where your site will show up in their search results. So, Google really wants to present the most usable and relevant list of search results that they can. And in order to do that without a team of humans evaluating every single site for every single search, what they do is they use outside factors to tell them how credible and useful your website is. So it's things like how often are people linking to you, and how often do people click on your links and stay on the site. All right. So some of the factors are within our control and some are not. Let's talk about a few of them. And the first one I want to talk about is links and mentions. So anytime an outside source links to your website and says, hey, go read this or go look at this guy, Google sees that effectively as a nod. It's like a vote of confidence, telling Google that someone outside your own company is saying, hey, these guys make great content. This is useful. And that is what Google wants to serve up. So that's going to raise your credibility and your rank in Google searches. However, these nods are easily faked. So any day of the week, you can go to Fiverr, you can buy likes and shares and inbound links. So the harder it is to get the link or mention that's coming into your site, the more valuable that link or mention is going to be in terms of raising your rank in the search results. The holy grail of earned attention, of course, is going to be the viral post. If you were to create something that everyone in America starts watching and linking to and copying, then that really makes you very credible in Google's eyes. And of course, the viral post is elusive and never guaranteed, no matter how hard we try. And so there are some other ways to get earned attention that are more reliable. The first would be to offer to publish content for industry publications and other associations and things that are looking for content. So all the time, associations are just dying for content for their website and their newsletter. And it's a great way to get in there and earn some attention, get a link back to your site. The caveat when you offer to give out free content is that you would make sure they are going to do a bio, and that bio is going to include a prominent link to your website. In a similar way, you can write guest blog posts, especially guest blog posts for people who have a large following that is similar but not the same as your audience. It's a great way to expand your reach without cannibalizing on either your audience or the person that you're guest blogging for. In the same way, you can accept invitations to be on other people's vlogs, on other people's podcasts. So a similar thing, but you always want to make sure you're asking for the link back. And you want to position yourself. The last tip that I've got is position yourself as the expert, become the expert. If there are opportunities to show up on your local news, or if there are opportunities to publish content on the news website or be quoted. All of those kinds of things are really going to raise your credibility because they're going to get links back to your site and get people looking at your site. So become the expert. Also, credible listing sources. So things like industry directories. If there's a directory of all of the different service providers in your industry, let's say you're a plumber and there's a directory of plumbers in North Carolina, get in that industry and go ahead and fill out your profile in that directory. Also, if you apply for and or win an award, you want to make sure that that award is being publicized on the organization's website as well as on your website, and that you're linking to them and that they are linking to you. I just won Prezi's video staff pick of 2019. My SEO Tips number 5 won that award. And so you better believe I went to Prezi and I asked them to make sure that they please link to my website. Also, profiles. So, if you belong to industry or associations, make sure that you fill out your profile and that there's a link to your website. If you qualify to be on the SBA's listings, if you qualify to be in any kind of vendor listings for large organizations that you might do work for, let's say I'm in Columbia, South Carolina. Let's say I did work for the University of South Carolina. I'm going to make sure that I'm in their listing of vendors. A lot of big organizations right now are taking diversity of their vendors very seriously. And so they're trying to help promote small businesses. And so there's an opportunity there to get into their list of vendors or potential vendors. Okay, I also want to talk to you about Google My Business. So, Google My Business was covered in SEO tip number 2. We talked about posting on Google My Business, but I want to tell you also that you want to make sure that your Google My Business listing is filled out completely and that it's optimized. So, you want to list your products in your Google My Business listing, and you want to list all your services. You want to put your pricing in there, and then you want to have your profile filled out, your about information. You want to have some pictures in there. Google really likes for you to use these things, and they will reward you by boosting you up in the search rank. SEO tip number 2 talked a little bit. Sorry, let me go back. SEO tip number 2 talked a little bit about posting using Google My Business. And that was really about making sure that new content is being indexed. And every time I create a new post on my site, I will not only go to Google My Business and make sure that I make a post about that new content, but I'll also go to Google Search Console and make sure that that content is getting search engine optimized. This tip is turning out to be really long, y'all, and I thought it was going to be short. All right, so this is a screenshot of what it looks like when you Google Coulter Web Pros. And what I'm showing you is where the reviews are. Reviews are also a big ranking factor for Google because Google will look at the number of reviews and the positivity of the reviews, both on Google My Business and on other places like Facebook, and that helps determine the credibility and whether or not they want to put you high up in those search results. And there I have circled on that Google My Business card right here on the right, the Google My Business card. I've circled where you would ask somebody to write a review for you. And I also put that on my website. I ask for reviews from my website. All right, so reviews: number, authenticity, positivity, and the authority of the website that's holding the review. All right, and I've got a pro tip for you. And my pro tip is to make sure that asking for a review on your Google My Business page is part of your process. So every time you finish a project or a job or you sell something, you are going to that customer and you are asking for them to review your business in Google My Business. And the best way to do that is by email and then following up with a phone call. All right, that's what I've got for you today, y'all. I'm Kelly Coulter. I'm with Coulter Web Pros. You can find us at coulterwebpros.com. If you've got questions or you need help with your search engine optimization, schedule a call with me at coulterwebpros.com/call. And until next time, I'll look forward to seeing